So today we're talking to Sam. Sam came to me with problems about his anger outburst. Um, his girlfriend told him that he either get the help he needed or she would just leave him. After a few sessions, he opened up about his childhood. His parents were neglectful and at times abusive. So hello, Sam. How are you doing today? In our last session, we discussed how you were feeling uneasy and were having some trouble with your relationship. How's it going?
Well, I'm okay, but I really haven't been sleeping well. It's awful nightmares. Um, but I am back to work after being off sick for a week.
That's great. And how did it go patching things up with your girlfriend?
We made up. We had a really good week until, I just totally blew up. I threw things around the house. Oh, it's awful.
Blew up, you said. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, yeah, I've never really been good at talking about things. So I've just been so frustrated lately. I came home from work, I had a couple of drinks, and we got in a stupid argument over some dishes. And I got angry. I yelled at her because I felt like she wasn't understanding how frustrated I was. Um, it's just stupid. I feel like I screwed up everything. I screwed up over nothing.
It is a sad reality that children who experience abuse and neglect are at a higher risk of being violent in their relationships as adults. They're also at a higher risk for substance and alcohol abuse.
My anger just starts to build up, and then I just blow up. In the morning, I felt guilty, and I tell myself that I'll do better next time. Um, but then it just seems to happen all over again. It makes me think about my mom. Like when I was younger, she would disappear for days. And then she'd come home and make us pancakes, bring us ice cream. Like it was her way of saying sorry. But I just don't want to be like that. It feels like the same thing all over again.
Hmm. You don't simply want to make amends, you want to change your behavior.
Well, yes, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I can control myself sometimes.
Well, wanting to change is an important step. It does sound like you have identified a pattern here. You start to feel frustrated, you drink, and you end up drinking more than you intended to. You pick up a fight with your girlfriend, and then you just end up having an anger outburst.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Drinking's never really been a problem for me though. I guess I'm drinking a bit more, like you know, more days of the week lately. Like work's been so busy, but I don't know. I just feel like I deserve a beer after a long day. I don't know.
Problematic behaviors are often used as coping mechanisms when the person has not learned to deal with stress in a helpful and constructive way. Learning your triggers can be a very helpful way to start changing your behavior. Is there anything else that helps you relax, Sam?
Hmm. Well, I, I love calling my brother. I haven't in a while, but I just love hearing all these hilarious stories about my nephew, and that kind of it's so grounding. Like all these funny things he does.
That sounds lovely. Is that something you think you want to start doing again?
Yeah, yeah, I should really do that.
And how's it going with the mindfulness techniques that we discussed last week?
Oh boy, it's interesting trying, but it just all feels a little bit overwhelming, and all these thoughts, and sometimes it just all feels a bit too much, and I don't really want to do anything, but I'm trying.
Well, you know what? Let's take a few deep breaths together now. We hold stress in our body, and when we recognize our emotions, it can help us be present and deal with stress.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, I'll try.
I will want to help the client explore how alcohol has benefited him as a coping mechanism and how it has negative effects. Through a trauma informed lens, I will help him explore his childhood experiences if he's willing and ready. I will guide him to develop new coping mechanisms and bring awareness to his emotions. With time, the skills will enhance his relationship with himself and with others. He's very self aware and ready for change, and I look forward to seeing him through his success.